So, I thought I'd show off this new map I've designed for the contest Ninja Kiwi announced for reaching 20k members on the subreddit. After putting a basic idea together and drawing out some resources using the image they provided, I thought I would take it one step further and try to make a 3D model of it, and make it look sort of like you'd see in the game, maybe not as good in their style or anything, you know. So early on I decided that I wanted to incorporate splits into the map. Each player would have an interesting challenge in both 2 and 4 player planes. I also prioritised finding a theme or type of map that would fit in with the map that maybe we have a little bit, but still feel unique. So you can see I've kind of got these rails that look sort of like underground planned, and I want them to feel distinct by having these lanes that kind of carve out into the land like the frontier setting that this is based on. Hopefully with all the time and effort I've tried to put in, it will be distinct enough to become its own sort of map. A winding river like weaving through the early map incentivizes water-based towers until you can afford to remove a large boulder that kind of blocks this great place for a village or something else. I'm hoping if Ninja Kiwi pick this, that we'll see a monkey panning for gold added to the game in this sort of location of the bottom right of player 1's segment, if it's 4-player. That kind of area, and I've noticed the community tends to enjoy a good NPC monkey from time to time, so I think this would kind of be very popular as like a little mascot, maybe up there with the caveman monkey. As you can see, some of the elements from the original draft I put together didn't make it into the final version of the map I did in the render. The vegetation on the bottom right of the screen, I kind of removed that because it felt like too much of a punishment for player 4. But I was really keen to get this kind of boulder that blocks most of your placement in the bottom left, which also thankfully is player 3's area, so they shouldn't be too hard down for cash. Maybe a bank could go there, you know, it's tight for space, but I think there's a lot of potential with how you can use placements in this map. I'm very excited to use, for instance, tack shooters in the latter half of the map. And I think it's really interesting to see a water map that isn't too crazy about it. Like maybe in that section at the top of the waterfall you could maybe put a monkey sub. I'm not sure if placement would be that high, but it could be interesting to see if you can just put it, just squeeze it in at the top there and have like a sniper sub or something. I'm thinking at the top of the cliffs maybe there's no kind of placement there to compensate. Also the minecarts at the start of the map and the boulder itself would block line of sight to kind of give snipers a minor nerf on the map. I'm not sure how the bridges would work with that. I'm sure NK know better than me how that would work. You can see the gold panning monkey also has a hut that makes the top right a bit less good with like long range stuff and kind of evens it out a bit. But plenty of room for something like a spike factory at the very end there. So with all that said, I'm really hoping that people see this map and they think it looks decent and they'd like it in the game.